Michigan clinches the Big Ten championship for the second year in a row as underdogs. The Wolverines have elevated as a team, and specifically their defense has risen to elite levels in May. In the Big Ten tournament, they kept every team to single-digit numbers and held a high-powered Penn State to 4 goals in the championship. They play a heavy help style of defense and are filled with under-the-radar pulls. With a record of 7-6 before the Big Ten championship, no one expected them to make the NCAA tournament. Last year they lost to Duke in the second round with a score of 8-15. This year they're matched up against Denver, and you have to wonder if they can complete the Cinderella story. Today I'm going to show what makes the Michigan defense so good and how they destroyed Penn State. Here's our first clip.
Morin working on a roll dodge back. Feeds to find Wallstrom. Trainer zips it on through to Malone. Good balance up defense recovery.
McCurry gets dodged down the alley, and there's a downfield pick. He knows he wants to get over it, so he doesn't give his man space to shoot. He jams right before the pick to try and make space for himself and barely gets through. He's able to recover, but finds himself in an awkward position and loses topside. Whitney sees this while he's on crease with his man and immediately slides, knowing the dodger is dangerous. This man on the backside whip is extremely dangerous. If the initial dodger were to throw back to him, the whole defense would have to rotate from here. Since the ball is pushed forward, Michigan has time to recover. McCurry recovers back to the middle after he gets slid to, and then is directed to the open man. This is playing inside-out defense, always recovering to the inside and then finding your man. Here's our next clip.
Guarded by the short stick defensive midfield, which goes some 5 or 6 deep for Kevin Connery. Pedersen there to put a hold on to Morin. Skip it on through Matt Costin. That had it was blocked.
Billy gets dodged on behind and does a great job of jamming his man and getting over this pick. The ball is then thrown back, prompting Whitney to come down to his matchup, TJ Malone, who he held to 1 point the entire game. TJ climbs up the field and Whitney matches his feet. Watch how Whitney shuffles upfield to keep his outside foot splitting TJ's body. This allows him to deny topside and send him down the alley. During the dodge, watch his brother Jack hedge the slide, and then on the backside, Peterson is acting as the 2 slide, ready to crack down if Whitney goes. The ball is then reversed, so Peterson snaps back out and meets his man with a long approach. Whitney again is acting as the hot slide and fires off the crease as Peterson sends his man down the alley. Peterson throws a nice crowbar, slowing his man down, allowing for Whitney to come in with the help. During this, Mason is pulled on a string and acts as the 2 slide on the backside. But as the ball is skipped across the top, he has to fire back out and cover the backside. Peterson then fills to the inside, and Mason soaks the shot and makes a great play off the ground. Here's our next clip.
On for Northwestern at home. Rollback move here for Lehman, gets the double team from Robert.
I love how Michigan plays defense against the 2-man behind the cage. They keep whoever's on the pick above the cage instead of having him behind. This allows him to easily switch off the man on ball if he gets caught up. In this play, Whitney is dodged on from the back corner and does a great job of opening up and getting through this pick. He's able to open up this wide because he's in a full foot race with the man in open space. Robert stays above the cage as we talked about earlier, and it creates this takeaway. A cutter is left open on the backside and has pressure applied as he rolls back. Since Roberts was above the cage, he was already in position to make a play on the ball. Here's our next clip.
Terps are trying to make a run and get back into the game.
It's the right time for it, of course. Right time to get hot. Malone working back. Has a matchup here against Justin Ennis. Ennis is picked off, well read by the netminder.
Here we have a 2-man game with Ennis on ball and Whitney playing the pick, so he floats above. Ennis gets caught in the pick, so Whitney switches onto the ball. It is then thrown back into the invert, so Whitney again floats above. As Ennis gets ISO'd behind, Whitney is now the hot slide. Ennis does a great job of playing patient defense and just denying the top side. On the roll, Whitney begins to go, prompting the attackman to get the ball out quick. And he throws a bad pass that gets picked off by Hunter Taylor, who had an amazing game with a save percentage of 75%. Here's our next clip.
His last 9, working against Pedersen. Physical customer, the transfer from Princeton, and it is Pedersen.
I mostly put this in because I want some appreciation to Peterson, who's one of the best D-mids in the country. He does a great job of backpedaling until he's level with the pick and then gets under it. He closes out the space by running through the crease and has great deceleration on the back of the goal. He throws a swipe on the split dodge and gets a clean strip. I can't wait to watch Michigan in the NCAA tournament, and I hope to make a big run. Keep an eye on this underrated defense the rest of the year, and please like and subscribe for more film breakdowns.